أو زد رتل القرآن ترتيلا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا، واجعل العلم حجة لنا لا حجة علينا، آمين. As we know, Ramadan is the month of the Holy Quran, the month in which the Quran was first revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. The first revelation of the Quran came to the Prophet ﷺ in Ramadan, and we know that the first verses revealed to him is the verses of Surah Al-Alaq. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Read by the name of your Lord who created. So the first verse of the Quran is about education, reading, learning. What about the last verse revealed to the Prophet ﷺ? The last verse revealed to the Prophet ﷺ is وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ فِيهِ إِلَى اللَّهِ ثُمَّ تُوَفَّى كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا كَسَبَتْ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. And fear the day, or be conscious of the day when you will be brought back to Allah, you will be brought back to God. Then every soul will be paid what it earned, and none will be dealt with injustice. So the last revelation to the Prophet ﷺ is about accountability. Whatever you do in this world, you will be rewarded accordingly. If good, you will be rewarded with good. If evil, your reward will be according to what you have done. After a time when the Prophet ﷺ received revelation, he asked Jibreel, after he got used to the revelation, he asked Jibreel to read the Quran according to in more than one way, so that it will be easy on his people, his nation, and first his people in Arabia. Because as you know, Arabia at that time consisted of many, the Arabic language actually had many dialects. Tribes have their dialects. As today, some companions found difficulties in switching their dialect for the dialect of Quraysh. So they would not be able to easily at least read the Quran if it was in one way of reading one dialect. So the Prophet ﷺ asked Jibreel if he could read it for him in more than one way. And Jibreel read it to the Prophet ﷺ in 7 ways. And these 7 ways are called the 7 letters, al-ahruf as-sab'a. They are not letters, but they are ways of reading the Quran, so that it will be easy for the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. An example of that, a concrete example is, let's take a word in Surah Al-Fatiha. We read Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki Yawmiddin. That's one way of reading it. There's another way in different recitation, Maliki Yawmiddin. What is Maliki and what is Maliki? Maliki is the possessor of the day of judgment. Malik is a person who possesses something, a person who owns something. What is Maliki? Maliki is a king. Maliki Yawmiddin, king of the day of judgment. So Jibreel read it to the Prophet ﷺ in these 2 different ways, and they convey the same concept about God. When you say Maliki Yawmiddin, you say that Allah is the possessor of the day of judgment. But we know that it is not all possessors who are king. You may possess something or a lot of things, but you will not be king. For example, I possess a computer, I have a car, but I am not a king. I am a Malik because I own a car. But Maliki is a king. A king also can possess many things, but there are things that the king does not possess. If we were in a kingdom and the king will be the king of the country, he has things that he possesses, but I have my personal belongings. So kings do not possess everything. Possessors are not necessarily kings. So when you say Maliki Yawmiddin, you give the idea that the day of judgment is owned by Allah. No one can say anything that day. And when you say Maliki Yawmiddin, you mean that God is the king of that day. So he's the king who possesses everything, and he is the possessor who is king. So these are one example of the 7 readings of the Quran. Aisha, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, and some companions of the Prophet asked the Prophet ﷺ, how does the revelation come to him? The Prophet ﷺ mentioned many different ways of revelation. He said that sometimes the angel come to him in a form of a human being, and he talked to him, and the Prophet he talks to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ hears what the angel is saying. He said that sometime the revelation comes to me like the ringing of a belt, and that's the most difficult revelation on me. After it ends, I grasp everything that was said. Sometime, some companions of the Prophet ﷺ say that we saw him in a winter night when it's very cold, when he's receiving revelation, and he will be sweating. That's how it was hard sometime on him. Sometime he will be on a camel, and the camel will not be able to stand. The camel will have to kneel. How the Prophet ﷺ becomes heavy when the revelation comes to him. After the death of the Prophet ﷺ, the civil war. There was a civil war that broke between Muslims, and during one of the battles, a lot of companions of the Prophet ﷺ who memorized the Quran were killed in that battle. So Umar ibn Khattab went to Abu Bakr, who was the Khalifa at that time, and suggested that he compile the Quran in one official copy. Quran was written in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, but there was no one official copy, simply because revelation was still coming. So you cannot have one book ready for a revelation that is in process. And another reason is that paper was not available, was not easy to find. So they were writing on camel skin or goat skin or camel shoulder blade. So imagine how many of camel shoulder blade you will need to have one book. One book like the Quran will fill this room or more than this room. So Quran was written in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, but not in one official copy. There were personal copies. Companions were writing, we write the Quran. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ has scribes, companions who were writing the Quran. If it was not written in the life of the Prophet ﷺ, what were they writing? But there was no one official copy because the Prophet ﷺ was the number one source of Quran. After the death of the Prophet ﷺ, this changed. Those who memorized the Quran, some of them were killed in this battle. So Umar suggested to Abu Bakr to compile it in one copy, and Abu Bakr compiled it. Abu Bakr asked Zayd ibn Thabit, a younger companion of the Prophet ﷺ, who was a neighbor of the Prophet ﷺ and a scribe to the Prophet ﷺ. He was close to the Prophet, and he was writing revelation for the Prophet ﷺ. So, and he was young. This young man, Zayd ibn Thabit, led the effort for the first compilation. After they compiled the Quran, they gave it to Abu Bakr, and he was with Abu Bakr until he passed away, and the copy went to Umar. And when Umar passed away, the copy went to his wife, his daughter Hafsa, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ. And during the time of Ousmane ibn Affan, many companions of the Prophet ﷺ spread throughout the lands controlled by Muslims that time, all the Middle East, and to Armenia and Azerbaijan. And those companions who went to these different lands, they have their dialect, they have their way of reading the Quran. So when they went to this land, they start teaching the student according to the way of reading. So when those students will meet, come together, they will realize that there are differences in the way of reading the Quran. And one time, Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman was with the Muslims, a Muslim army in Azerbaijan, came to Medina and told Uthman ibn Affan that witnessed something that may become a big issue later. When the people of Asham, Damascus or Syria met with the people of Iraq, Kufa and Basra, and they found that they were reading differently, and they start to fight or accusing one another, not physically fight, but debating, discussing whose reading is right and whose reading is not right. So Hudayfa comes to Uthman and say that make sure that you have official copy distributed to these lands. So Uthman went to Zayd ibn Thabit, and he added Abdullah ibn Zubair and two other companions and asked them to bring he brought the copy of Abu Bakr that was with Hafsa and copy it from that in 4 copies. Some say 5, some say 7s, and 7s are what Suyuti mentioned. The 7 copies were to be sent to one to be sent to Mecca, one to be sent to Damascus, Sham, one to be sent to Kufa, another to Basra, one to Yemen, and one to Bahrain, and one stayed with Osman in Medina. And these are what we call the Mus'haf of Osman, the copies of Osman. They were copied from the copy of Abu Bakr, which was taken from what was written or memorized in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. So all the Quran that we have today trace the lineage to these copies of Osman, and the copies of Osman goes back to the copy of Abu Bakr, and that goes back to the different copies that were not official or in the memorization of some of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. I wish I have more time to go into more details in that, but hopefully another day in Ulum al-Quran. Last thing that I want to mention is that these copies of Uthman, they are written in a very interesting way. They are They are written in a very interesting way. They are written in a way that the 7 ways of reading can be read without changing the writing. What does this mean? Probably if you pay attention to Surah Al-Fatiha in the Quran, you will see that Maliki, the same word that I mentioned, is written with the meme connected to the lam, and the alif is a small dot on between the meme and the lam. This is not how in modern or even in classical or in Arabic in general Maliki is written. Maliki should be written meme, alif for the mad, the elongation ma, and then the lam and kaf. But they wrote it without the alif, and they put the alif on top so that you are able to read it Maliki and Maliki. So one writing for 2 different ways of reading. So this is also one example of how the copies of Ousmane were written. I will stop here. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. السلام عليكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلوا في بيوتكم.
هذا القرآن يوحدنا لطريق الخير يوجهنا. الله تعالى أنزله ورسول الله معلمنا.
اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت، وعافنا فيمن عافيت، وتولنا فيمن توليت، وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت، وقنا شر ما قضيت، إنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك، إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت، تباركت ربنا وتعاليت. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما يحول بيننا وبين معصيتك، ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا به جنتك، ومن اليقين ما تهون به علينا مصائب الدنيا، ومتعنا بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقوتنا ما أبقيتنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم عالم الغيب والشهادة فاطر السماوات والأرض، نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، نعوذ بك من شر أنفسنا ومن شر الشيطان وشركه، وأن نقترف على أنفسنا سوءا أو نجره إلى مسلم. اللهم إنا نسألك العافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في ديننا ودنيانا وأهلنا وأموالنا. اللهم استر عوراتنا وآمن روعاتنا. اللهم احفظنا من بين أيدينا ومن خلفنا وعن أيماننا وعن شمائلنا ومن فوقنا، ونعوذ بعظمتك أن نغتال من تحتنا. اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة، ونسألك كلمة الحق في الرضا والغضب، ونسألك القصد في الغنى والفقر، ونسألك نعيما لا ينفد وقرة عين لا تنقطع، ونسألك الرضا بعد القضاء، ونسألك برد العيش بعد الموت، ونسألك لذة النظر إلى وجهك والشوق إلى لقائك في غير ضراء مضرة ولا فتنة مضلة. اللهم زينا بزينة الإيمان واجعلنا هداة مهتدين يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا لا يرتد، ونعيما لا ينفد، ومرافقة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في جنة الخلد برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من البرص والجنون والجذام وسيء الأسقام. اللهم ارفع عنا الوباء. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الربا والوباء. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الغلا والوباء والربا والزنا والزلازل والمحن برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وانصر عبادك الموحدين، واجعل اللهم هذا البلد آمنا مطمئنا وسائر بلاد المسلمين. اللهم آمنا في أوطاننا وأصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا. اللهم وفق ولي أمرنا خادم الحرمين الشريفين بتوفيقك، وأيده بتأييدك بيدك. اللهم وفقه وولي عهده لما تحب وترضى يا سميع الدعاء. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنا نعوذ برضاك من سخطك وبمعافاتك من عقوبتك وبك منك لا نحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. وصل اللهم وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.